Alright then, welcome back to the channel. I'm going to talk about Ayden Heaven. I'm going to address the reaction to the video, because the reaction to yesterday's video that I did, because I felt all of the comments was just lighting me up for what I said about Ayden Heaven. Now, I didn't say anything that I wouldn't say again, and I would repeat. Now, what I might do is I might add some of the things that I thought he did well, right? So my exact words yesterday were, didn't feel like he got into the game, and that he's a downgrade on Leny Yoro, right? I probably should have clarified on the ball he was a downgrade, a significant downgrade. Off the ball and defensively, I thought they were both good, right? Both good. I still stand by the fact that I think he was a downgrade. Now, context matters. Leny Yoro cost tens of millions of pounds. Ayden Heaven cost, I think it was a couple of $100,000, making his Premier League debut. There is context to that. I'm not digging him out. I'm not saying, and therefore he should never play for Manchester United again. I was just saying I felt it was a downgrade. Now, why did I think it was a downgrade? Well, on the ball specifically, he completed 4 passes out of 8. He lost possession 7 times. That's almost as many times as Bruno Fernandes lost it, being in possession, or having about a tenth as many touches as Bruno Fernandes had. So that's why I said I thought it was a downgrade. Now, I should have clarified and probably given him more credit for the defensive job that he did do, because like I said, I thought he looked good. I thought Yoro also looked good defensively. But I thought on the ball, he was a definite downgrade. Now, defensively, I thought he coped really well with Martinelli. I thought he looked up to the task. And I think there's probably people's expectations are coming into this. People expect Leny Yoro to be here, and they maybe expected Ayden Heaven to be down here somewhere. And when they're, not far apart from each other, even though I still think it was a downgrade, people are like, oh, that was really good. Maybe we didn't expect that. So maybe that explains a little bit of people's reactions to him. But like I said, I'm not going to take anything back that I said, but I probably would give him some credit for what he did in a defensive opportunity. The reason I'm doing this is it fucking annoyed me with the amount of people that was like, done this for an engagement. I haven't done it for engagement. I don't do anything like that for engagement. If I wanted to do stuff for engagement, there's a lot of things that I could do, and I could do them very fucking quickly. I don't do that, right? I like to try and present a balanced opinion. People didn't agree, and that's fine if you don't agree. That's all right. But I want people to explain to me what they thought he did good, or what they thought. Like, it was 2 lines, and people are acting like I've dug him out and fucking cussed his entire ancestry. You know what I mean? I absolutely stand by what I said. I'd say to all the commenters, go watch again what he did with the ball. Happy to say I should have mentioned his defensive work, but I can't agree with people if they think he looked good on the ball. I think people are trying to blow up any positives that we can because of the state of the club, which I understand. I'm looking for as many positives as I can find with the club at the moment, and maybe I missed some in the defensive side yesterday, but I was fucking tired, so maybe that explains it a little bit. Now, from the rest of the point of view, second half, there was a little bit of surge. We still allowed Arsenal to have the ball, but United actually started to look a little bit more dangerous on the counter. We were quite strong in our duels. There was a bit of an energy about us. There was an air of determination about the players, which was good to see. And it's frustrating that, we have looked good in the bigger games. What worries me is the games that you're expected to win. Now, there's 2 games this week. We're up against it, I expect, against Sociedad. Even though Sociedad were really poor against us last week, I still think they're a team, especially if Zubamendi plays, that could stick it on us and cause us loads of problems. There's going to be personnel changes, I'm sure, in that. We've got to start getting the likes of Ugarte back fit. Some of these forwards need to start scoring some bloody goals. The over-reliance on Bruno is really going to hurt us. But then we've got Leicester away. And I think Leicester away is a winnable game for United. Probably looking at the fixture list and the remaining fixtures, one of the only major winnable games that we've got. The rest of the games, you're looking at them and you're going, not sure, like. Number 3, Zirkzee. I didn't even touch on Zirkzee at all yesterday. Probably unlucky not to score in the end. Worked tirelessly. Link-up play was really good from him. He managed to get around and show the ability to play in between the lines a little bit. There is a competent footballer there. I would love him to start scoring some more goals. I liked some of the arrogance that he plays with. I like some of the little flicks. I like some of the confidence for him to try certain stuff. And he's clearly got character about him because of that booing that he got at Old Trafford after he got hooked off after half an hour against Newcastle. That could have destroyed him. So fair play for him to obviously redeemed himself with a penalty against Arsenal in the cup, but fair play for him to being able to totally put that behind him because it doesn't look like it affected him in the slightest. Number 4, Hojlund. Am I digging Hojlund out? Well, no, I'm talking about what's in front of me. And what's in front of me is a poor footballer that I think has got no hope. I said yesterday I'd have brought Cheeto on ahead of him. He fluffed another gilt-edged chance. He's trying to take touches rather than hit stuff first time. That's a confidence thing. He came on in really, really favourable circumstances. There was space, there was opportunities on the transition, stuff that's meant to suit his game. Couldn't get across Gabriel to score at the near post. That's a fine margin thing. Not going to cuss him out too much for that one. His work rate off the bench was pretty disappointing, to be honest with you. Didn't follow in for the rebound on Bruno's chance, stood on the edge of the box. You've got to throw yourself at those opportunities. The entire world stood still. As a striker, though, you're supposed to be like, let me get in there. Is time running out? Has he been one of the ones? Because Amarim's kind of alluding to they fucking know who I want and who I don't want. Is he one of the ones that knows that he ain't wanted? Because that might explain a couple of things. It doesn't explain several things, but it might explain a couple of things. I just don't see a way where he's going to work. He's regressed since he joined us. Now, the fact that he's regressed tells me that there's a level that he might be able to reach again. But he's regressed. And sometimes that, you'll never get to that height again. You'll never surpass that height that you got to, and your careers can just fail from here. I feel like that's the journey he's on at the moment. I'm not sure where it turns around for him. And let's use some momentum. Can you replicate this Thursday when it matters? Can we push ourselves into the next round of a competition? Can the players gain some confidence from that to build into some momentum? The fans have to have something to get behind. The club's being absolutely battered from pillar to post. We're getting destroyed in the media with... that free kick was 11.2 yards. Yeah, so was Arsenal's. You should have had a penalty from that handball of Ayden Evans. But anytime that United, which I've seen them given, right? But when it's a United player going for a penalty and it touches someone's hand and we don't get it, and you're like, well, I've seen them given, but obviously it wasn't on that instance. I think that's just a rub of the green one. Arsenal fans' overreaction to everything is hilarious. I mean, is it worth us doing a video? The hypocrisy and double standards from Arsenal fans. Let me know in the comments. I might do a video just taking a piss out of Arsenal fans, because there's always a lot of material for that, isn't there? Fans need a little bit of positivity. We need a little bit of something we can actually get behind. A performance, a run of games, a bit of grit, progression in a trophy. Because with what's going on with the Glazers, with Ineos, with the ticket prices, with the Scousers about to level us on 20 titles, and let's be honest, who's the favourites to get to 21? I'll give you a clue. It is not Manchester United. When you think about the situation that we find ourselves in, we need some positivity. We need something in the ground as well, because Old Trafford is the quietest I've ever witnessed it, ever experienced it at the moment. Performances that rally the crowd are fucking far too few and far between. We really need to start seeing fight week in, week out. We really do. We really do. Anyway, that's it for me today on 5 things. I'll be back with the player ratings, and I'll be back with part 2 of how to fix Manchester United. Cheers to everyone who watched the first episode. If you've not seen the first episode, Fixing the Finances, they're quite long, they're quite in-depth, but it's got a really good response. So if you've liked that one, Let me know in the comments you're looking forward to part 2. I haven't recorded 3 and 4 yet. I'm going to record part 3 and 4 tomorrow, so I'll either get part 2 out today, if we get enough time. Depends how long the edit for this and player ratings takes. And then, if not, it'll be tomorrow, and then I'll probably get part 3 and 4, like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, something like that. But cheers for tuning in as always. If you want to support the channel, Patreon or YouTube memberships. Otherwise, take it easy. I'll see you in the next one. Laters. Hey, thank you for watching the video. If you are new around these parts, then don't forget to subscribe. My channel is proudly supported by my community on Patreon. If you'd like to get a little bit of extra content, a Discord group, meetups, five-a-side games, weekly podcasts, behind the scenes, and even an occasional bit of transfer news as and when I get it, then for the price of a pint, you can show your appreciation for the content that we make and get some goodies for doing so as well. Check the link in the description or click the button right here. You'll also find all of my socials here too if you want to follow me on any of those platforms. Nice one.